Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is our Chasing Dreams Live weekly session. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited to be here and actually really excited about today in particular because we've been counting down all week and I'm pretty excited about what we've been counting down about. And you may know, you may not know, you may have guessed. Who knows? Let's see if you figured out what I was talking about. Hi, Craig. How are you? Hi, Barry. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. I'm so excited. Glad you're here. For the second week in a row, we are streaming live on YouTube and we're streaming live on Instagram. So I'm pretty pumped, pretty hyped because we really are expanding our community and that's exciting. Mary, it's so good to see you. It's been a long time. I hope you're enjoying your summer vacation. I hope you're having some really good fun and relaxing and gearing back up for school. Whoops, let's not do that. That just messed with my YouTube screen. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. And hello, Craig. Good to see you. Nice. So, of course, we always start with talking about what little step we took to chase our dreams this week. And as you may have noticed, my little step this week was our surprise, which I'm revealing today, which some of you may have guessed. And I had a little fun with Instagram Live and their tile patchwork and trying to have some fun with some little suspense. So I don't know, I hope you felt a little suspense and wondered what in heaven's name I was talking about and posting about all week. So we'll get to that in a minute. So that's my little step. I did something fun, tried something a little different, and I was pretty pumped about stepping out on a limb there. Before I jump into our big announcement for today, I just wanted to share that I started my day doing something that I love, which is hanging out with kids. I was invited to Vaz Prep this morning to do a book reading to share Freedom Field. And this was a young group. It was grades 1 and 2, which is a little below who Freedom Field is designed for, because they don't talk about slavery on their curriculum. But when I tell you, such energy, such enthusiasm, and they wanted to know so much about publishing. They wanted to know about how you get from manuscript to selling and where can you sell your book and how can you make money. And they got me so excited today. That's always a good way to start my day, hanging out with kids and talking about things that I love. And of course, when I told them, yes, I write books, but I teach math, that was its own excitement. So I hope you guys are going to share in the comment section what you did to chase your dreams this week, what little step you took, so that we can celebrate each other and celebrate all the wonderful progress that we're making. And I guess I should just jump in and tell you what my surprise announcement is. Can you tell I'm excited? Okay, so let me start. So we've been talking about our writing community for a long time. And I've talked about the subscription community, and you know that I tried to get that launch up and running about a month or two ago, and it just didn't work because the technology crashed. Well, here we are again, for real this time. Hi, Sophia, thanks for joining. So now that I've actually managed to get all the technology sorted out, and I've been so excited to talk to so many of you who really want to jump on board, and I thought, okay, now is the time. So today is the launch of our subscription writers community. And if you go to the website, iamlisamclean.com, or if you check the link in the bio, you'll see that there is a website link as well as a link for the community itself. But let's talk about what that looks like, because we've been talking a lot about what communities are, and I feel like we have this wonderful community and you guys are so interested in writing, and all of you have books that you're trying to bring forth and you just don't know where to start. And I was like, we just need to do this. We just need to commit and say we're going to do this together. And really it's quite simple. You have the option, we meet every week, and you have the option to do a drop-in writing session, So if you know you're like, you know what, I'm not going to write unless I know that it's on my calendar and it's booked at a particular time, then we're going to book a time and we're going to write together. And we can choose that time. I can choose a time anytime if it works for you. In addition to our writing time, we'll do a coaching session, because you know what, you're all at different places and you have a million questions. Let's talk about those questions. So let's get together in a space where we can talk, which we can't really do on a Thursday. We can kind of do, but the live is a little limiting, right? Because you can only fill in the chat and, you know, we have such a limited amount of time. So that's already 2 times out of the week when we can talk. We have our drop-in writing session, and we can share, if you want to, what you've written in that session. And then we have our group coaching session in the week, so you can share your questions, share your progress. We can celebrate each other, give encouragement, give suggestions. And then once a month, instead of having that group coaching session, we will have guest speakers come in. So based on what you guys are interested in and you want to explore more fully, we can bring in experts in the field. Whether it's someone in marketing, whether it's someone in traditional publishing who can give you another perspective besides self-publishing. Maybe it's someone who can talk about crowdfunding for authors, how to set up a Kickstarter campaign. You know, how do NFTs play out in the publishing world? Anything you're interested in. But the goal is to create a community that answers your questions and focuses on your interests. So we have 3 things so far. Drop-in writing session, book coaching, guest speakers. And instead of a guest speaker, we may have a webinar, because there might just be something that you want me to walk you through, and we can just set up a mini session just to get that done. Whether it's to talk about story structure, whether it's to talk about the character, your main character and their whole arc, and how they're going to move from the beginning to the end, you know, how they're going to travel on this journey and get the attention and the focus of your readers. Of course, on top of that, there's a monthly newsletter. There is a private Facebook group so that we can talk constantly, even outside of our scheduled meetings. And what I think is even the most exciting part of this launch is that anybody who signs up now is a founding member. And the beauty with being a founding member is that we can create a community and make it what you want it to be. So I have an idea in my head of what I want it to be. I know the kind of structure that I would want. As a teacher, I kind of have an idea of what I think works, how to assess where you're at. We'll have an initial meeting. Everybody gets to have an initial personal conference where we can talk about your goals. I know where you're going and how to meet your needs. And just so that we can talk and meet face to face. But you also get to add to that conversation. Does this work for you? What else would you want? Does this group working structure that I put together make sense to you? So it's your opportunity to shape the community in such a way where my idea and my overarching goals can be tweaked and refined for anybody else who comes along. Now, why would that be a benefit to you? Well, you get lifetime membership. You clock in at the low price of 50 US. It will never be 50 US again. So it's there, that's what you pay as a founding member. It never increases, of course, unless you pop out and decide to pop back in 2 years later. But the idea is that you get some benefit apart from learning and growing and becoming your best self as a writer. I mean, there obviously has to be some benefit to you. And so my benefit and my promise and my commitment to you is that your membership is a lifetime membership. And you have access to all the resources, and because you've been here from the beginning, you will know what it sounded like in the beginning, and you will see the growth and have access to all the resources as we build and add and pull together over the years. So I'm excited. I hope you are. I've already posted the link for those of you who want to jump on board and if you're excited. I don't know if you have any questions about what the community looks like. Any concerns that you have, throw them in the chat. Let me see if I can answer them for you. But I'm thrilled. I'm just so energized because I've been wanting to do this for so long. You've heard me talk about it. You know, we meet every week and we have such a wonderful, community here. There are many of you that we talk once we hang up, and we continue our conversations about our books and what we're working on and our projects. So it's just, I want to see that come together with a little bit more structure and giving you a space to have more of a voice and be able to really kind of dig deep and make some progress on your projects, because they're really, really important. So, what do you think? What do you think? Are you in? Are you excited? Do you have questions? What do you want to know? What can I answer for you? Who do you want to tag that you know has been dying to write a book and just needs the help, and you just want to get them on board? And so, Craig, you know, you're the first one I'm expecting to sign up, because we've been talking about that book for the longest while. No pressure, just saying. You and Nikki are my first expectations to be on board. No questions, guys? Okay, that means I've explained myself really, really well. All right. I hope so. I hope that's what that means. Okay, because we've been building up for a while. So I'm going to actually, what I've decided to do, and I did not mention it, is only have an intake of members 4 times a year. So every quarter, every 3 months. That way we really can kind of hunker down for 3 months and get to know each other and figure each other out as a community and get into a mode, you know, get into a routine of sorts. So the idea is to open it up tonight, leave it open for 4 days. Wherever we're at, whoever has joined after 4 days, we jump in, we get going, and then we reopen the subscription again in 3 months for anybody who wants to join. I mean, at that point, it'll be a little higher, because of course we'll have way more resources for new members to have access to. So definitely, if this is the price you want, this is the time to clock in. If you're not ready, great, you just check in another 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whenever works for you, whenever you feel energized and you feel it's the right time. But that's the thinking. That's the thinking, rather than keeping it just open. But this way we can get to know each other. Each group can get a chance to kind of set their goals and get into a rhythm, and we can really plan who our guest speakers will be, plan what our webinars would look like, decide if we need to add an e-course in there for everyone to take because we're all struggling with a particular topic. So that's the thinking. That's what we're going to be working on. So yeah, the subscription is open for 4 days. So jump on that if it is that this is the right time for you. And then if it isn't, we close off in 4 days, and then we open again in 3 months. If at that point you figure your book has started to take shape in your mind and you want to jump on it. So, still no questions, guys? Are you sure? This is like my most vocal group of people. You're all too quiet. Okay. All right. I don't think there's anything else to update you on. No, I think that's it. And nobody has shared their milestones for the week. I hope that means that you're doing so many things that you can't decide which one to share. All right. Well, I'll do a quick recap, and then we can have an early session. Maybe it is you're all excited about signing up, so you're like, ooh, let's jump off quickly. So just to recap, our Chasing Dreams Writers subscription community is launched today. It's open for 4 days. If you don't manage to figure it out in those 4 days, that's fine. We'll reopen every 3 months. We'll do a fresh intake of people. So this is just our founders group, anybody who's really just passionate and raring to go, and you've been showing up every Thursday and you're like, oh my gosh, I really need to write this book. So if you're really excited, The link is in the bio. There are 2 links there actually. You can go to the website, iamlisamclean.com, or you'll actually see the link that says join the writers group. The founders members pay $50, and that's their lifetime membership. It will never change, and they have lifetime access to resources. And the goal is to meet twice a week, have our drop-in session where we can write if you're interested, have a group coaching session if you're interested and you drop in any questions you have, we'll talk about it. Every 4th group coaching session, I will shift and we'll have either a webinar or a guest speaker based on what your interests are. You will have access through the membership to a monthly newsletter with additional resources that I come across that I think you might find useful about writing and self-publishing, structuring your story, anything like that, marketing. And you will have access to our private Facebook group so that, if outside of our group coaching time you have something to share or a question to ask, we can jump on and have that conversation. All right? Yes. Let us do this. I'm excited. So, thank you guys for joining in. It was good to see you. And of course, by this time next week, our community would be up and running. I can fill you in on how those first couple of days are going. And we meet again next week, Thursday, for Chasing Dreams Live. And hopefully, you would have taken one more step towards chasing those amazing and wonderful dreams of yours. Remember, it's the only way to eat an elephant, right? Bit by bit. Have an awesome weekend. Have a great week. And I'll see you next week, Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.